Well, hello, welcome again to another Alien Biz tutorial. Today we'll be discussing Excel and how and some functions that could really save your time and some things you might have never known about Excel or you could do on Excel. First thing today I'll be teaching you is how to duplicate things. Duplicating is very useful. I cannot stress how much useful it is in Excel. It saves a lot of time. Instead of writing 1 A1 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 A1, what you can do is you can click on here on the right corner, drag it down to wherever you want to go. You can go endless amount of rows. But anyways, you drag it down to where you want and it'll show ones all the way to the cell you chose to have. Another great thing in Excel, you just control Z whenever you make a mistake. Don't worry about it. All you do is control Z. It's basically the undo button here, but it's much faster than going here and clicking. Another thing you can do in Excel is if you don't want it to drag ones all the way down, but want it to drag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the numbers like that. This is very useful to number in a table. So if you have dog da 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 and you want to number it, then you just go and this is what you would do to do that. You would just put a 1 and a 2. That's all you need. And then you highlight it. Always highlight in Excel. The right corner, that magic right corner, and you just drag it down to wherever you want it to go. So if it's on 25, it'll show all the numbers up to 25. Control Z. Another useful thing that Excel has is its calculator. Calculator is very nice trait of Excel. It's what it's mainly used for. It's instead of just typing into your calculator to do data, some people I see them bringing their calculators out and using it. Instead, just use the calculator in Excel. If you don't know the formulas in Excel, there's a lot of them here. Anything you need, math, trigonometry, it's all here, and some financial formulas, some recently used, some auto sum, how to logical text, date and time. There's a lot of things you can use here. It shows everything, or there's also more functions. But let me show you how you do basic math. So let's say you had a 1 here and a 2 here, and you wanted to sum these two. You could just do this. Sorry, you could just do this. You could just highlight it, come back to auto sum. You could just auto sum it, right? Or what the other thing, if you were to use a formula, you just go 1, 2, and at the start of every formula has that equal sign. So you start with equal sign, and let's say I want to add 2 all the way to 5. So I would see where it's at. It's at A2. So I would put A2, or you can just click on it. It's even easier if you click on it. And then you put the plus sign, A5. So let's say I want to add A2 and A5. I would do that. Then I would click enter and it'll give me the number. Another thing you can do is you can divide, and you can subtract, you can do a lot of things. So if I want to divide, let's say I want to divide, I put a 10 and a 2 and I want to divide these two cells together. What I would do is start a formula like I would with anything else, equal sign, the 10, the division symbol, the A8, enter. Bam, you have the number right there. Another great tool in Excel is definitely the sorting function. See all these numbers? They're not sorted from smallest to biggest or biggest to smallest. What you can do is you highlight them like you would, like you always do. Because if you don't highlight it, then it doesn't apply to that. But if you highlight whatever you want to change, then you would do this. Or if you want to highlight different things, then you would hold Control, go there, go there, click on whatever you want to highlight separately, not like this. This will just oh this would just highlight everything. But if you want to highlight things and leave things, then you would just hold Control. But let's say I wanted to have all these sorted from smallest to biggest. What I would do is I would go right over here where it says sort and filter, and here you have two options. You have sort smallest to largest or sort largest to smallest. So this is what we need. I would just click sort largest smallest to largest, sorry, and then I would click sort largest to smallest, and as you can see it changes it to whatever you click on. What another thing you can do is, let's say you have a cell and it's yellow, and this one is also yellow, and you want to have these two at the top. What you could do is you could go and sort, but as you can see it's not, the option isn't on here. But if you click custom sort, so I click on it, and you go on values, cell color, it says no cell color here. You click on the arrow, click on the yellow color, then you click OK. It'll go up to the top, and that's another useful thing you can do with Excel. You can easily sort things. Excel is actually very similar to Word. It's a lot easier to create tables, and Word can be better to make things, and Excel can be better to make things. But if you haven't noticed, it's very similar. They still have these. The ribbon looks quite familiar. You have the bold, you have the italics, you have the underline. You can still insert pictures. You can insert columns and text boxes and hyperlinks, etc. And also, if you go back to the sorting part, you can also sort letters. It's not just numbers. And let's say I have A, D, J, E, F, and I wanted to sort it alphabetically from A to Z, but you could also sort it from Z to A. Once again, you would click on the cell, highlight it, or highlight whatever you want to sort. You go to the sort, but this time it would change. It wouldn't say numbers, it would sort letters instead. So A to Z, so it's alphabetically now, or from Z to A. What you can also do the color thing where you custom sort and you sort it with the value. That's another thing you can do with letters as well. It's not just numbers. But anyways, to learn more about these functions here on the ribbon, all you gotta do is you watch my previous video on Word, and a lot of them are explained. It's very similar. We still have the center. You can center things in the cell. We also have word art, so it's very similar actually. Now I can teach you how to use some styles and how to customize. So I'm just gonna put something random in Google. Highlight it like you would on Word. You highlight it, give it a different color, put it red, you can put it blue, you can do whatever you want. You bold it to make it to see it easier. You can change the font. You could even insert a word art if you wanted to. And to insert a word art, all you do is you type your text. Yes, it works even for Excel. You can customize basically anything. So if I were to insert a table, let's say, if I were to insert a table, I insert a table. I can even customize the table itself. So there's a lot of styles you could use. There's still clip art and there's some templates, and the columns are still very custom. You can even customize the columns. But the main things for Excel are to make tables. You need to learn the formulas. So first, for Excel, what I would recommend is you learn the formulas. You learn functions that make life easier. So instead of putting sum equals sum a1 d a1 a2, instead of putting all that, there's also these functions here that you just click on and it does it for you. I like to use these ones to make things faster. And whatever, if you think you can do it faster, then you probably can, because they made Excel very time efficient. It saves a lot of time, and so if you think that you're doing it the long way, then there's probably a shorter way to do it. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. Watch more of my tutorials on my channel, and yeah, bye.